I'm gonna say this here. This message might not be for everybody. Some people enjoy how easy it is to just do the 9 to 5 thing. Some people like being told what to do. This message is for people who do not want to do the 9 thing and do not like to be told what to do. Eya mama eya kuya, e sanana eya tabeya, ula te say. Okay, hi guys, it's Deja. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I have a message, and this message was downloaded into me because I watched Enoch, the Freestyle Prince 777 on YouTube. Shout out to him. I do enjoy his videos, and you guys know I like to give credit where credit is due. I watched a video of his that he just posted, and it was about 9 to 5s. And after watching it, of course, my guides were like, we have something to say. We want to add some stuff to that. And so I'm like, okay, I love talking about freeing ourselves of the system because I know that a lot of people are working 9 to 5s, and we don't have to be, we don't need to be, and it is a way to mentally enslave and trap people. And so I'm always just getting downloads and codes about this, and I kind of share them on my main channel. But we're going to talk about this today. If you're somebody who's trying to leave your 9 to 5, I would suggest you listen to the end of this video. Okay, here's what they say. How to free yourself from your 9 to 5. 1, understand why you are doing it, okay? We have made agreements with the system to pay bills, rent, cars, insurance, and entertainment, okay? First thing they want to say is minimize your agreements with the matrix, minimize your agreements with the system. Meaning, if you need to buy your car outright so that you don't have a monthly car payment, do that. If you need to buy your house outright so you don't have to pay a monthly house payment, or if you need to, you know, stack up those payments and pay it off as quick as possible so you don't have a mortgage, do that. They said minimize your agreements with the system, okay? Essential agreements only. So yeah, if you need to pay rent, that is essential. If you need to have a car to drive, that is essential. But they want us to minimize our agreements with the system because this is what's keeping us on the hamster wheel. The agreements and obligations that we're making to show up every month and give them this energy exchange consistently every month, okay? So know how much these essentials are going to cost you. If you have to make agreements with the matrix, if you have to pay for rent, if you have to pay for your car, if you have to pay your car insurance, if you have to pay your health insurance, know how much these agreements are going to cost you. Okay, know the dollar amount. Here's step number 2. You must learn to become self-sufficient. Okay, the reason why you're working your 9 to 5 is because they are giving you something to do. Okay, they're giving you something to do. You are telling them, I don't have anything to do, I need something to do, and I want you to give me money to do it. So they're giving you a job. Okay, they're giving you something to do. You must become self-sufficient. You must have a gift or a talent to share with the world. Okay, your 9 to 5 could give you a clue to what your gift or your talent is. So maybe the job that you're working can give you insight on what your gift or your talent is. Okay, also hobbies that you've done in your childhood that you really enjoyed and were good at. If you went to dance class, if you know, I don't know, whatever you did, you were the team captain of your soccer team, whatever the case may be. Your childhood is going to give you insight into where your gifts and talents lie. Why? Because as children, we have less cords, less indoctrination. We're less programmed as children, so we're more freer. We're more closer to God consciousness. We're more closer to that creative consciousness. We don't give ourselves the restrictions that we give ourselves as we grow up and get older. You know, we dim our light. We don't act as free and, you know, as we were. You want to become self-sufficient. You have to have a gift or talent or service or trade to offer the world, okay? So you must be of value or of service to others. That's why we are here. We're here to help each other. Otherwise, there would only be one person on the planet. We're here to help each other. Back in the day, and our indigenous people, they traveled in packs, they traveled in tribes, okay? Even if you look at Asian culture, because they have very rich, strong family values still, the majority of the family all still lives together. The grandparents, the mom, the dad, the children, great grandparents, sometimes even they have a very strong unit because they stick together. Okay, so I'm not saying that we need to, well, hey, we might be moving back into those types of ways, but the guides say you must be of value and of service to others. That's why we are here. When you can become of value and of service to others, i.e. sharing your gifts and your talents with others, can be a trade as well, that is when you are going to be successful. Okay, so that's why we're here. We're here to help each other. Figure out how you help. What is your secret sauce? How do you help the world? How do you help your friends around you? Are you a good listener? Are you a great musician? Like, how do you help? How do you serve? Okay, you have to know this to become self-sufficient. Know how you serve. Here's the next thing. Begin helping and serving in that way. What you're doing is make sure what you're doing is of value to others so that they will give you an energy exchange. Watch my video, energy exchange. I will link it in the comments if I can remember, but I think it's on my other channel. That is all getting paid is. That is all you going to your 9-to-5 is. Okay, you're making an energy exchange. They are giving you back money in exchange for the energy that you are exerting at their facilities. Okay, so begin helping people using your gifts and your services, and eventually you're going to get good enough at what you're doing that people are going to want to offer you an energy exchange. Maybe you're already good enough at what it is that you do, and they're willing to give it to you now, but you don't have faith that your gifts or your talents will support you. Therefore, you are going to your 9-to-5. Okay? So the guides say, begin serving in the way that you give value so that people will give you an energy exchange, i.e. so that people will pay you. Okay? Number 4. When you become good at what you do and people see the value in your creations, you can begin to lean more and more on your gifts and your talents to support you, and eventually you will no longer need your 9-to-5. Again, you were working your 9-to-5 because you are getting a need met. Remember those agreements and obligations that you're making with the system, with the matrix, that is keeping you having to pay things, for your living expenses? Yeah. So the more and more you lean on using your gifts and your talents to meet those obligations, the less you will need to lean on your 9-to-5, and eventually you will not even need your 9-to-5. Okay? Number 5, the reason why we default to going to 9-to-5 systems is because innately we know that we want to be of service to humanity. If we just sat on the couch all day and did nothing, eventually you'd start to feel pretty crappy about yourself. And that is because you, in your DNA, know, as humans, we are about connectivity. Okay, we are meant to be of service to each other. That is what makes us feel good. And you having a 9-to-5 job, or you having a job, makes you feel good because you feel like you're contributing in some way. Maybe you're working a crappy job like you work at Burger King or something, and you don't feel like you're contributing in the way that, to your fullest capacity. You're probably right. So again, you have to tap into those gifts and talents, know where you are offering value to other, and eventually lean on that, cultivate that skill more and more and more and more and more, so that you can feel self-sufficient in sustaining yourself in that way, instead of thinking you need a 9-to-5. Okay? Doing things that probably have nothing to do with what you're really meant to be doing. Okay? Now, I'm gonna say this here. This message might not be for everybody. Some people enjoy how easy it is to just do the 9-to-5 thing. Some people like being told what to do. This message is for people who do not want to do the 9 thing and do not like to be told what to do. Okay? If you do enjoy 9-to-5s, it's not a problem. That's what you like. That's your thing. Okay? It's fine. But this message, again, is for people who want to leave their 9-to-5s and know that these systems that we're forcing ourselves to be a part of, it's not necessary. Okay? So all you have to do is figure out how you serve, and serve in that way instead. Now again, this is easier said than done, because obviously you are going to be in the trenches. You have to do the groundwork. You have to know what your gift, talent, or skill or trade is, and you have to be willing to offer it to other people. You have to be willing to shine your light. You have to be willing to let other people know you and be aware of what services you have to offer. Okay, it is intimidating sometimes. Sometimes it is easier to hide behind the face of a company, because if you screw up or something bad happens, the blame doesn't necessarily fall on you, it falls on the company. So I understand why it's easier to be behind these 9 to 5 shields. It's good for the ego to be like, yeah, I have a job, I'm good. It's good for the ego. It's good for the obligations you've made with the system. Oh yeah, I can relax. I know I'm getting a paycheck in 2 weeks. So yeah, I'm good. But see, that kind of mentality also again keeps you on the hamster wheel. You're not really trying to progress or expand very much in life outside the parameters that your 9 to 5 give you, because there's no need, there's no purpose. Your needs are going to get met if you stay on this hamster wheel. That's why you stay on the hamster wheel, right? It's not easy to be brave and be bold and say, I'm going to use my God-given gifts and talents and try to make myself something in this world. That's very bold of you to do. It's very audacious of you to do. But that is what God's source energy creation wants from us. I said indoctrination, slavery mentality is what keeps us clinging to these systems, keeps us clinging to these 9 to 5s, okay? They want to keep us busy in these systems so we don't have time to think for ourselves, okay? People spend the majority of their lives at work. They spend more time at work than they do at home with their families or by themselves doing things that they really love to do, okay? Again, because they've made so many agreements with the system that they can't even afford to think about enjoying their lives. They're thinking about, I have to pay all these things because the Matrix told me that my quality of life would be better if I had these things. And now I have these things, and I also have no time for myself because I'm busy at my 9 to 5. We are trying to free people now of these systems, of this mental slavery. We're freeing ourselves of it. Even you just having the inclination that I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want to do these things anymore. Why am I doing this to myself? That is you slowly coming online. Your higher consciousness, your higher self is like, you don't have to do this. We don't want to do this. We could be doing something else. We could be serving in other ways. We could be really enjoying our lives. We could be on a beach. We could be on vacation. We could, why are we doing this? Because it makes the ego feel good. And also we're kind of shamed societally to think that if you don't have a job, then you are a deadbeat. You're nothing. This is the indoctrination and programming they've instilled in us. And our parents, our grandparents, their parents and parents have all had jobs. They've all been under this mind control. They've all been under this spell, this illusion. Therefore, it is really scary, okay? But I heard that the reason we feel the way we feel about these 9 to 5 jobs is because we are the people who are going to be breaking these generational curses or this mental slavery, this box that we've drawn around ourselves mentally that told us that we had to live in these ways. That's why we feel so anxious, we feel so deeply, we feel so passionately about the fact that we don't want to do these things, because we are being activated. Okay, the generational curses are breaking and ending with you. You are going to be able to learn to be self-sufficient, utilizing your gifts and talents and enjoying your life and doing what you want to do. That's why you feel so heavy. That's why you feel so deeply. That's why it feels like you are torturing yourself every time you step into these facilities that you don't want to be a part of. You have a choice, but you must strengthen your gifts and talents. Strengthen how you offer value into this world. Okay? Build confidence in what you do and what you create. Have confidence. That is what's going to make people want to have an energy exchange with you, i.e. that is what's going to make people want to pay you. If you show up as confident in your gift or talent and skill, people are going to want to give you money. They're going to want to shovel it out to you. They're going to be begging you, please, share your gift and talent with me. Like maybe you're really a talented graphic designer. People are going to be shoving buckets of money at you. Like, please, design my website. Please, take my money. Okay, maybe you know, like, let's go back to the basics. Maybe you are a really bomb caregiver, a really bomb caretaker, and you've been a babysitter or nanny, and you've been babysitting and nannying for care.com or wherever it is that you offer your services, right? And you know you're worth more, and you know you can scale this thing that you do, right? People want to give you buckets and buckets of money to share your love with their children. You know how many crazy people are out there in this world? People just want someone safe to watch their children, to teach and love their children while they're doing what they have to do, okay? People would be willing to shovel buckets, oodles and noodles of dollars onto you to watch their children. Or to, again, whatever it is you do, fill in the blank. If you're a painter, you're an artist, whatever it is that you do, people want to give you money to support what you do because they're so fascinated and enamored and in love with what you do and how you do it. You just have to activate it. Again, look at your childhood. What were you good at as a child? Did you enjoy sewing clothing? Did you enjoy putting on fashion shows? Did you enjoy putting on plays and shows and skits? What did you do? Okay? Go back to that version of yourself because that is where the answers lie. And again, for some people, maybe you've never even tapped into your full potential of how you serve others, but you will. Okay, just being aware of knowing that you're meant to search for this way that you serve is gonna activate something in you. Now your brain is gonna be thinking, okay, well, where do I serve? Where do my gifts and my talents lie? What do I want to do? How do I want to help people? Okay? Get your mind thinking in that way, and that is what's going to set you free. That is what's going to make you self-sufficient. That is what's going to make you no longer have to rely on these systems. These are systems meant to keep people on hamster wheels, never giving them mental freedom to think about things other than bills. So that is why they want us to cake up all these bills and agreements on our plates. Yes, I want the Netflix. Yes, I want the food delivery subscription. Yes, I want my Amazon Prime. Yes, I want blah, 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 blah. All these agreements that keep you having to need lots of money. Therefore, out of fear, you cling on to your 9 to 5 because you have so many obligations to keep up with. They said check your obligations, or check the agreements that you're making. Because you sending out money to these places, you sending your energy, your money is your energy, you sending your energy to these places is your way of voting for these things. So again, look at how you spend your money. If you're spending your money on, like, I don't know, like really crappy foods for you that are clogging up your body and you're always in the drive-through line, that is you voting for that kind of reality. That's you sending your energy into that reality. This is how we vote for things. This is how they manifest in our 3D world. We're voting with our energy. We're voting with how we spend our money. We're voting with how we spend the time that we're thinking, how we spend our thoughts. That's another way of us voting. We're voting by how we speak to each other and to ourselves, by what we say. This is all how we're voting. They say get yourself off the hamster wheel, free yourself mentally, discover your gifts and your talents, lean on that more and more, and you will slowly stop leaning on your 9 to 5 more and more. Okay? So they said, last thing, bing, bing, bing. To begin this transition, start taking the money that you are receiving from your 9 to 5. They didn't say you had to quit today, but they said if you are working a 9 to 5, start taking the money that you're receiving from your 9 to 5 and invest it in ways that is going to feed your gifts and talents, i.e., buy books, buy courses, okay, buy mentorships, get a teacher, pay for a teacher, pay for equipment that is going to help you with your gifts and talents, like camera equipment if you're a videographer or photographer, paints and canvases and easels if you're an artist and that's your medium. Whatever it is that you do, take the money that they're giving you and start feeding it into growing your gifts and talents. You're transmuting this energy that they're giving you. Okay, instead of using your money to vote for your enslavement, use your money to vote for your freedom. Okay, buy yourself the necessary equipment you need to liberate yourself. If it even requires you to purchase anything. It might not even require you to purchase anything. I mean, at the least, maybe you want to have a website for your creations, for what you do. But other than that, Some people aren't going to need much, okay? So don't even think you're going to need all this money to start up a business. Again, mental slavery. Last thing, it's not as hard as we think it is. It's that mentality that everyone has to work, that everybody has to do it, and we feel shamed if we don't do it because everyone else is doing it. Again, copycat syndrome. We just feel bad about ourselves if we're not doing what everyone else is doing. Okay? Again, this is how they are indoctrinating us, shaming us into thinking if you don't have a job, you're nothing, you're worthless. It's not true. You have your gifts and talents, and that can get you far more money, or far more whatever it is that you're trying to get in life. This is the generational curse that we're breaking, like I said, and that's why we feel this so deeply. And that these are the keys to how you free yourself from your 9-to-5 job. Again, quick recap. Understand why you're doing it. Understand why you're in this job. What agreements are you making with the matrix that is keeping you having to spend money, i.e. your rent, your bills, car insurance. Make a list, know how much it's going to cost, and narrow it down to the essentials only. Second, become self-sufficient. Learn how to utilize your gifts and talents. Realize what your gifts and talents are. Know thyself, know yourself, know what value it is that you offer to humanity, and start to build confidence in that, so that and shine your light so people can see you, know that you offer it, and want to give an energy exchange with you, i.e. want to pay you for your gifts and your talents. Next, you want to begin helping and serving people in that way. You want to become good at what you do and begin to lean on your gifts and talents more and more, so that you no longer have to lean on the dependency of having a 9-to-5. And again, yeah, it is going to require you to be an entrepreneur. You're not going to be able to relax as much until you get those systems in place, but maybe you'll get to do what you love, and maybe that's going to feel better than working your 9-to-5. Okay, so that is how you're going to do it. That is how you're going to free yourself from your 9-to-5. That is the spiritual explanation behind it. Now, obviously, there is the masculine way of actually having to take the steps and get this done. You know, you are going to have to eventually, if you do become a business, do the proper things that businesses require. But, you know, this is the spiritual aspect of it, and it's not that difficult. Okay, you replace your 9-to-5 by having gifts and talents and trades that you can become of service to others, and your needs will get met because you are meeting the needs of others. And that is what I have to say. I love you guys so much. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Let me know what you think. Was this video helpful? Yeah, bye.